We just got the celebrity of economic reports. The inflation report is out, and it had two big, brutal milestones.
Prices just passed your paycheck, and India is out of Diet Coke.
Yeah, he's checking the calendars here. Week 11 of the war, no regime change, no nuclear deal, and a whole bunch of nachos out there.
Not a chance Hormuz opens.
For Americans, the obvious impact of the war in Iran, it's oil and gas.
And we just got fresh data on Tuesday that we can put a number to it.
Jack's talking about the Consumer Price Index, which is the measuring stick that we use for calculating inflation.
Here's the story. Prices rose overall in the economy by 3.8% in April compared to last year.
From beef to bras, that is bad. Biggest year-over-year price jump in 3 years.
40% of the surge in prices in this economy was directly caused by higher energy prices.
What about the other 60% of price pops, Jack?
Indirect price increases, also because of high energy, like airline flights, which rose 21% last month compared to the year before.
Good luck kicking it in Cabo. Besties, gas is now at $4.50 a gallon nationwide on average.
And a gas tax holiday, if we pass one, would only shave 18 cents a gallon off that.
Gas will still be $43 a gallon in California.
So Americans are feeling very gassy right now, especially our West Coast brethren.
But here's what Jack and I find fascinating. It looks way worse and way stranger in the rest of the world.
Because in other countries, it's not just price that's the problem. They're suffering from bizarre and disruptive shortages that would surprise you.
Jack, why don't you take us over to Japan and let's not do the business class ticket for this one.
The most popular potato chip company in Japan, basically their Frito-Lays, is now serving their chips in black and white bags. They're removing color from the packaging.
And the reason? Well, because the chemical needed to color those bags is stuck in the Strait of Hormuz.
All right, let's go south and across one of those Southeast Asian oceans.
Yes, Jack.
To India, where Diet Coke is only sold in aluminum cans in India. They're not sold in plastic bottles.
Well, since the world aluminum supply is getting choked up in the Strait of Hormuz, Indians cannot buy Diet Coke right now.
One Diet Coke superfan in India, however, found a special foreign supply of Diet Coke and hosted a party to celebrate this newly rare luxury, Diet Coke cans.
When Indians can access a Coke and it's an event worthy of a rager? I mean,
it's a messed up global situation right now.
So, Bessies, this was the point in our research when we assumed these unique shortages were part of a much larger inflation surge.
And that inflation in the rest of the world would be much worse overall than inflation is here in the States.
Makes sense, right, Jack? Like things would be worse over there than over here because we have so much oil.
Right. We're energy independent, so we don't need oil from the Strait of Hormuz. We're not dependent on Middle East oil. We're better able to handle this oil crisis.
But then when Jack and I jumped in T-Boy style to our research, well, it turns out we were wrong. So, Jack, what's the takeaway for all our buddies looking at the inflation situation?
In a complete reversal, America now has the worst inflation in the developed world.
Besties, never thought we'd see it. April 2026, it'll mark two turning points in America's war against the Godzilla of inflation.
First, April of 2026 was the first time in 3 years that prices in this economy rose faster than wages did.
You see, throughout this inflation fight, the silver lining has been that our paychecks were rising faster than the prices were.
But not anymore. Prices rose 3.8% overall in April. Wages rose just 3.6%.
Now, the second surprise is that inflation is worse in America than in any of the other G7 countries.
Yes, we are energy independent, but our oil companies are exporting to the rest of the world to take advantage of high prices.
Plus, the way we tax gas and the tariffs we added last year make our inflation situation even worse.
So for the first time since 2022, America has the worst inflation of all the G7 countries right now.
Jack, let's look at the roster. The UK, Germany, Canada, Australia, Japan, France, and China. Prices are not popping as much for them as they are for us.
So good luck to Kevin Warsh, who will be confirmed today by the Senate to replace Jerome Powell as chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Because, besties, if you're our central bank, you're not thinking about cutting interest rates anymore. You now have to think about raising interest rates to fight all of that inflation.
Because America now has the worst inflation in the developed world, and it's outpacing our paycheck.